Well, we are back.
We are.
We are, that being Ray and Neva, for our explorations with our amazing guest, Goldie.
Hey, Goldie. Thanks for
Goldie
being
Love.
with us today. We wish you could see her beautiful face. Maybe she'll turn around.
She might. She might. She certainly is going with the vibe of today.
She is.
She is. So, Neva, remember when we last spoke, we were going to interview you and
Yes.
find out. Oh, Goldie has decided to lay out for us. She's going to lay out. Perfect. Thank you. Because she wants to hear too. That's what it is.
She's
You want to hear
interested.
too? Okay. Yes, she's affirming. Yes, she wants to hear as well. So, tell us, when did you start remembering, or how did you remember, or maybe even what was the prompting, would you say?
Well, much like you, I was raised in the Christian faith. I can remember being a child and going to Sunday school on a school bus. The bus would come around. I was like 5 or 6. But it really wasn't until I was 10 years old. I was playing with a neighbor, playing with blocks, and I had this sudden knowing that I'm here to help people, and the reach would be bigger than I can imagine. And I thought, wow, okay, at 10. And I thought, that's interesting. I wasn't doing anything special, just playing with blocks. So,
And it came.
and it just came to me.
And once you got that message, what happened? Did you want to follow that? What was kind of, especially growing up Christian,
Yes.
what was your thoughts? And at 10, where did you feel to go with that?
Right. From what I can remember, I feel like I've always had a connection with the spiritual, right? Whether it's Yeshua or angels, which leads me to my next moment. Later in life, I did the Catholic faith, I did the Protestant faith, many branches within that Protestant faith. And I was, Goldie you want to say something, don't you?
You can say.
So in my 20s, I was with a Christian friend, we were praying, and all of a sudden I saw this vision of Michael the Archangel with his shield and sword, and he was holding back like negative, I'm going to say negative energy.
Okay. So like shielding you?
Shielding and like with his sword, like pushing back the negative energy, and in the background, it was like a lot of chaos going on.
Okay.
It feels much like today.
Mm.
And this was back in my 20s. And that was a first that I can remember. And then after that vision, I got this burst of energy. It was like this energy from my abdomen. And it kept it felt like living water flowing inside of me. And it kept flowing and flowing. And I became rejuvenated. And I was pumped up because that had been a long day and I was like exhausted. But I felt rejuvenated.
It rejuvenated you.
And that, I thought that was amazing. I went home, I told my grandfather, who just didn't buy into it. But when you're excited about something that you can't really put words to, right? It's a spiritual thing. And
Yes.
really, human words don't suffice.
Yes, yes. Would you say it's similar to, I know oftentimes people refer to like a Kundalini or a very strong, intense energy. Would you say it was similar to that?
It was. It was very much that. And at the time, the Christian faith doesn't use that kind of language.
Right.
I just felt the energy, and it reminded me of Yeshua being the water of life, or embodying the water of life. Like we can embody it. And so that was what it felt like, and the water was renewing me. But it was within my own, now that I know, chakra system, my lower chakra system, from the root to the sacral, solar plexus, and heart.
Yeah.
So it was a partial Kundalini. And then in 2019, which is now what?
Let's see,
This
it's 2026.
like
Wow.
7 years ago.
Okay.
I had a full-blown Kundalini.
Oh,
Did
how
not
was
know
that?
at the time. It was wild. I was not scared. I just remember working with a spiritual friend, and I was lying down. She had sage, she had um, other things, and praying and guiding me through this experience. And it started in my root chakra, and it worked. This energy worked its way up and down and to my limbs, and I know I was moving quite enthusiastically. My eyes are closed. I'm having visions and all this energy. I thought it was a wild ride. I had no idea what it was, but I loved it.
Ah,
It was amazing. And then when the energy kind of died down, I have no reference of time. Don't know how long that took. Probably a very short period of time, but it felt like a long time.
right.
And when I sat up, I was like, oh, I'm a healer. Energy radiated from my hands unlike ever before. And I knew instantly, and I had visions of healing people energetically. And I had wanted to heal help people, how can I say this? Alleviate fear and human suffering. I had a desire, but I just didn't know how. And it wasn't until that moment.
That you knew that it could come through the hands. It sounds
Exactly.
like that's how it presented itself.
Leading up to that experience, I was watching, I think, on the Discovery Channel. And I don't know if that's around anymore. But there was this guy who go around the country and heal people with his hands. And so I watched every episode of that, and I thought, that is so cool. So having seen that, I knew exactly
what you were experiencing.
That's right. And that was how I was to help people, humanity.
It's interesting you would say that. Is this before or after you started Reiki? Because I know one of the ways you heal with your hands is Reiki. Did you have Reiki before or after this experience?
I didn't even know what it was. I didn't have and it wasn't until I talked with my cousin's wife. She said, we should do Reiki together. I said, great. She's a massage therapist. And I thought, if I'm going to do Reiki, I want to know more about the human body. So let me go to massage school. And it was upon going to massage school and reading a book that described my experience. And it was a Kundalini awakening. I was like, that's what I had. That's exactly what I had. So like bit by bit, piece by piece. And I want to add also that I went to seminary. I'm a seminary graduate, and I didn't go to be a pastor or anything like that. I wanted to understand why I believed what I believe, but now I believe something completely different. So you know how religion some face put, the
a box.
In a box.
Yes.
God, the universe in a box. My personal experiences blew it out of the box. And I started to see things in such a different way. And so when you have an experience, like
yes,
that changes everything. You can hear all the doctrine, you can hear, and even read it from an ancient text that now we know the Bible has borrowed from other ancient texts that predates the Bible.
Yes. Yes.
And so these personal experiences, they mean everything.
They
and
do.
So like Yeshua, also known as Jesus, says, where is the kingdom of heaven? It's within us. And so I found the kingdom of heaven through these experiences.
Even when you take it back to when you were 10, I noticed throughout each experience, it has been very similar to many of the stories in the Bible that reference Yeshua, Jesus. And that Kundalini experience sounds a lot like many of the stories in there and parables about miracles.
Yes.
Or when he fed a group, or when he used his hands. Because remember, in the Bible, it speaks often of healing with the hands.
That's right.
So even from 10 to when you did seminary to even the early adulthood.
Right.
Each time, what I'm hearing is this reoccurrence and this reaffirmation of what Yeshua, Jesus, has taught us throughout.
Yes.
Is the healer
Mhm.
starts within.
That's right.
I think is what I'm hearing you say.
That is absolutely what I'm saying.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely. And people often wonder, what about a personal relationship with Yeshua? Well, I have that.
Yes.
Even more so now.
Yes.
And I see Yeshua for who he truly is. And it's just, like you, we've come a long way, right?
Come a long way. What they say, you come a long way, baby.
Right,
I think
right.
there used to be was that the Moore cigarettes? Or it was a cigarette.
Something like that.
You're definitely dating myself
Yeah.
again. But yeah, we've come a long way. And also come along in a loving way. Because even how you're explaining it, it's in such a loving way.
Mm-hmm.
And so thankful for the
Yes.
remembrance.
Yes.
So now that you've remembered,
Yes.
what do you feel is next?
Oh, I can't wait to explore that with you in our
I
next
know.
our next episode.
Wait a minute, did you see Goldie's got her hand up?
Goldie
She said
says,
she wants to
"Hey."
see what's next too.
She
Yes.
says, hey.
Hey.
I think she wants to come back and be with us.
Yes, yes. You coming the next time? Yes, I think so. Well, thank you so much for sharing how you got to where you are today. I believe it can resonate with so many. I appreciate
Thank you,
Neva.
sis.
Thank you, sis. Oh, Goldie says she wants to thank you, Goldie, as well.
Goldie.
And thank you for listening.